You guys know me, I love stacking passive income streams on top of each other because if you do enough of them, every day you wake up and you earn some money for sleeping. I wanted to mess with eBay, and specifically, I wanted to do eBay a different way. With enough experience dropshipping and all that, I don't love the idea of manually listing anymore. So it's a lot easier if you just find a software that helps you. And I was trying out ESync. You might have noticed I made a previous video about ESync, kind of just going over the features, and I've been using it for a little while, and we're gonna dive in. So I'm on ESync, right? And I can't believe how easy this place really is. I have a new account set up for this video, and I'm gonna hit sign in. If you want to try it out, I will have a link down in the description, and you get 50% off your first 2 months with ESync. So keep that in mind, definitely worth it. But here is an account for us to play with together. So I'm gonna sign in and I'm gonna navigate to my store, specifically my store for this video. In here, you can see the dashboard about the active, now they all say 0 right now because we're gonna kind of play with it together, but there's 0 active listings, but it tells you the active listings, listings out of stock, pending orders, all that, the value of pending orders, which is kind of nice. It tells you out of all your pending orders, like how much value is in there. That's great. And it tells you your overall profit. So your dashboard kind of gives you that overall, as you would expect from a dashboard, about anything that's reporting statistics to you. Now, I love that right away there's just a create listings button. And to be honest, this is what I used when I first signed up for ESync. I didn't really know the software yet, and I'm still learning stuff about it all the time, but ESync just has this really easy button called create listings. So when you click on that, what I love, depending on how you like to do product research or collect your products, some people, I've done all the different ways that I can think of, at least right now, you can just collect links. Like if you're looking on Amazon or you're looking on Walmart or whatever, you can just collect a bunch of links and then paste them in here. So this is specifically for Amazon. I said Walmart, I don't want to promise you they can do Walmart. The biggest things are Amazon and Best Buy. Let's say you're going through Amazon and you want to just kind of only stay within Amazon for like 30 minutes to an hour. Like that's the part of your day where you're finding products. And you're like, okay, I like this product, let's save it. And then you put it on a list, and then you save another product, and you save another product. You take all those links, that list of links that you have, and you can paste them here, or their product IDs, totally up to you, however you like to do business with this. Or if you have a service or anything that you have like a CSV file, or if you made one yourself, you can upload that straight into the program and hit publish, and it will start importing those things, which is super nice. They also have an extension that lets you use this too. I don't use that too much, but I have played with it in the past, especially for the last video, just to see if it works. It does, you know, surprise. One thing that's just interesting about this is that you can go about uploading products so many different ways according to your style. And a lot of these softwares, especially ESync, cater to that. They're like, okay, yeah, we'll just let them do whatever avenue they want as long as the products get in there. So that's really cool. Now, one of my favorite things, and I talked about this in the last video, is the Finder tool. So Finder tool, it doesn't, you know, when you click on Finder, you're like, what does that even mean? Well, I'm gonna look at Amazon.com, right? I can select a category. So I'm gonna go to home and garden. That's always like a tried and true kind of option. And then you can filter different things, but I like if we just keep it on home and garden for a second without altering anything, just use it as a product research tool. And then I'll price it myself what I want. Because when it comes to pricing, you can make double profit, or you can make 50% profit, 10% profit. Like it all depends on the item that you're selling. So if you're selling something that's $1, you can probably really easily sell it for $2. And then, you know, you're doubling what that thing cost. You're doubling and getting profit, 100% profit. But if you're selling something that's like $100, you can't just list it at $200 and make 100% profit. That it just doesn't work that way. That's gonna feel more wrong when somebody's looking at it, like it's priced incorrectly, than it's something that's really low price. So people always ask me, well, what should I price my items at? And it kind of varies depending on how expensive the product is. I like to try my best to get 45, maybe 40% across the board average, but that will also mean that sometimes you get 3 times that amount on something that costs $10 or $5 because you sell it for like $30 or $25 versus something if you sell it for 50, if you have a $50 item, you know, maybe you can sell it for like $70 or whatever, but you're still making more money than you were making the other way around. And that's why instead of figuring out like, okay, retail dropshipping, what are the best things, what's selling, products like ESync already kind of do that, you know, foundational legwork for you. So instead of filtering everything yourself, you can just filter from this list, which I really like. Again, I'm all about doing stuff as simply as possible. We don't have time to be relearning and re-messing with all these things. Let's just do our best. I will say that I do, like a little, just for watching this video, I will say I do sell this a lot. I think between yesterday and so far this morning, it's only 11:30 this morning. So I've had 2 sales on it this morning, but yesterday I had 11. Yeah, 11. I thought I got to 12, but one of them canceled. These combo packs for this, see, if you can see on the screen, it's kind of like hinges for cabinets and door type stuff, like little doors. That kind of stuff I sell all the time. So it's not surprising to me that that made this list because they're very cheap, but a lot of people don't really know how much that stuff costs. Especially if you're not like an older guy who messes with that stuff all the time. Some people will go in looking for these things because they have a product serial number from a thing they bought and they are looking for a replacement part because they Googled it or whatever. And then they just see it, buy it because they need something fixed, need something repaired, or they're putting something together themselves. So at least that's why I think that happens. But I sell a bunch of that type of stuff. It's the weird little things that you never expect that catch me off guard. But that's a pro tip for you, sell those things because if it works like it works for me, you'll sell a lot of them and make a lot of money from them. Another thing that is really interesting that I didn't know when I made my first video, that over here on this price, profit, sell prices sold, all this kind of stuff, if you don't find any of that useful, I didn't realize that over here on this little settings button, there is an unchecked filter option. Maybe it wasn't there before, but I'm noticing while I'm filming this, you can check the seller and then it will give you the seller of this item. You can take these sellers and then just Google search them, go to images, see like eventually some sort of eBay listing will pop up, click that link, and then scroll down to where you can see the seller. Oh, yep, right here. That's the seller from the thing. They have 8,400 and some. They have 98% positive feedback, 23,000 items sold, and you can just see all the items they're selling because they're obviously an experienced seller. I don't know if I'm assuming this is like an actual website. They have actual stuff in there, but you can take that and apply that towards anything. I mean, these are the types of things that work for me on eBay in general. Just this random, they're replacement parts. They're usually like at-home work things. I don't know. They're the dumbest little things that you just never think to sell because they're things that people actually need, not just like mainstream products. So that's something that I didn't even notice before, and I think it is a very nice feature that if you want to dive deeper into product research is already there. Now that we've gone over some of that, let's add some items to my eBay store. So I just want to see right now, I'm going to go to the products page so you can see there aren't any products there. And I'm going to go to Finder and we're going to just pick a few and see if we can get them added. So I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to select some random stuff. And that way we can just see how it gets put into your shop. All right, I really like this one and this one. I say I really like, I'm just picking random stuff. All right, so I'm going to hit add to store. And now I'm going to go to I'm not going to go to products yet because you can see on the side that it just said in batch. So I'm going to go over to in batch. And now it's processing to see if there's any issues, okay? So this one says listing is out of stock. Okay, so I'm just gonna reject that one. We're not gonna add that one. This is a VERO violation. So because or validation failed, because it's a Bosch product. So it's a very specific branded product. I could technically approve it, but I'm gonna go ahead and just reject it because why run into that mess? All right, I went over to products on the right and you can see now I have products sitting in there. They're set to a quantity of 1 for now because you go and change that stuff in your settings. They were added today and there are 0 sold because I literally just added them. I'm gonna see, I don't know for sure on this specific shop, but I'm gonna go over to eBay and refresh my listings and see if they pop up. All right, beforehand this said, I think 3 or 0, I can't really remember. Oh no, it said 0. These are items that used to be listed. So now I can go up here to my active listings and you'll see these are the exact things that I used from the Finder tool. All the product images that are at least the thumbnails, because I haven't dove into them, look great. All the titles look okay to me. They have like the part numbers people would be searching for, which is a very eBay thing to do. I've got active listings on eBay now. And that's as much work as it was. And honestly, it's a lot less work than that. Half of that's just because I was explaining it to you in a video. I mean, you could just technically batch import everything and see if it sells. I mean, If you're just seeing if it sells, that's great. But then you could do the same thing. You could find other listings, right? Go to other sellers and then list them. And I'll be completely honest, this last week, I have an account that I've been testing. Before I made this video, I wanted to test it out. It's in the middle of selling. I have one VA on it and I make them use this tool, and it sells so far, I would say anywhere from $20, which I know isn't great, all the way up to $80 a day. But all I did was start an eBay account, use this tool, and it's like no effort. So, and really I just have the VA on there to monitor it. I don't really pay them much to do that. They're manually listing on another account, and I have them check in with this one to make sure that nothing like flags or anything. So that's really cool. Go check out ESync. I recommend it. There's a link in the description. And I only talk about it because I like it. Make sure that you go check it out. Again, link in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.